Hi there, I'm Anna Prosser for Kingston HyperX here at MLG Raleigh 2011 with Bryce Bates. Machine, how has day 2 gone for you so far?
Went all right so far.
And what's all right?
All right is losing to fellow teammate EG Hydro 1-2 in a pretty close series, and then losing 0-2 to Noblesse due to some pretty special tactics off of one base.
Last time we spoke at MLG Anaheim, you talked about how the EG layer represents a dream for you, that you get to practice and analyze games with all of your teammates, and the level of analysis I'm hearing from you, is that coming off of some great practice? Has that been a dream for you, or has it had its challenges?
I did have some great practice. Clearly, I'm a bit frustrated to not quite see the results I wanted here. I knew going into this that ZVT was going to be the matchup I had to practice, and those were going to be the matches that I would have to win. So losing every single Zerg vs. Terran series after practicing against EG Puma, practicing against EG.Muslim, has been quite frustrating, to say the least. But as far as everything else goes, I know that my ZVT has improved. I know that the EG house so far has been nothing but helpful to me in my gameplay. I've really kind of been elevating my gameplay, but 3 weeks of living in a house with people isn't quite going to just change your gameplay altogether. It's going to take a little bit of time, but eventually I expect to be up there with the rest of them.
You've been practicing with Greg Fields, with Ben Baker, all of your EG teammates. Is there anyone in particular you think has improved or that we can expect huge results from?
EG Axlab, man. I'm really sorry that he couldn't make it to this event, but the sort of game analysis you can pull out of Nick's brain is just, it's amazing. He really has improved my ZVP to a great level. It's really a shame I couldn't quite show it off here at this MLG, but he's helped my game tenfold. DeMuslim, same thing. He has just as much of a brain as Nick does, and they really analyze things in different angles that I wasn't quite able to see before. And now, they've kind of just broadened my horizon, shown me more things to look at, different ways to approach builds, different ways to approach timings, and just made me a better player because of it.
The two newest members of EG are having their first MLG Raleigh, their first MLG as EG players. How do you expect them to perform here, and how has it been getting to take them on as teammates?
Well, I guess as everyone would probably guess, EG Puma is by no means just a new player. He's a very tested, very hardened player from Brood War. For those of you who know the Brood War scene, he was Flash's TVT practice partner, so he's quite an amazing TVT player. And so having him, a player of his caliber on the team, is going to do nothing but elevate our play.
I've heard a lot of predictions that Puma might take the whole thing. What do you think?
I think those predictions are pretty spot on. He's looking like a whole different monster. Just, beating MC 3-0, his TVP is obviously unmatched. I can personally say, after not taking a single game off of him after a lot of practice, his DVZ is pretty good as well. I would definitely say it's not his strongest matchup still, and then clearly after that series against Nada, he's no slouch TVT either. He's just a very solid monster at everything. He clearly is probably the favorite to win this.
Even the newest player, Huck, is playing here as well. And what kind of results are you thinking you'll see from him after this whirlwind of travel that he's been doing? He's mentioned he's a little bit tired, a little bit spent, but of course his skill level is at a point where people do expect to see him in the upper echelon of this tournament. What do you think?
Well, clearly, if you just took a look at his travel schedule, that's all that really needs to be said. The fact that he's even, awake and conscious during his matches right now is just a feat, but I do expect him to do well. He hasn't quite posted the results of his previous MLGs thus far in this tournament, but hopefully tonight he'll get a chance to get some good rest or something and, play and be the Huck that we know is EG Huck.
There are so many factors that go into performance. There's practice, there's overall skill, there's analysis, and then of course there's those factors, your day-to-day eating, sleeping, exercising routine. We know that you personally have done a lot of exercising. You had a video on YouTube that got quite a few views of bench pressing and things like that. So Share with us kind of your day-to-day preparation. How do you stay fit to play this game, both psychologically, physically, mentally?
Well, kind of like a healthy body, healthy mind. You know, if I feel good, I play good. As far as exercise goes, just, you know, anything you can really do. Just make sure you're eating some of the right foods, getting good sleep, as you mentioned earlier. Running is a great way to keep yourself in shape. And, you know, you'll definitely see results, you know, as long as you are taking the effort, making sure, you know, you at least feel pretty good about yourself and how you feel. You know, it extends into your gameplay, and you'll be a better player because of it.
How are these tournaments for you? Do you enjoy MLG's, other tournaments that you attend?
Yeah, I'm a very competitive person. I like winning. I like, you know, kind of showing off, I guess, showing that, you know, all this practice isn't going towards nothing. So I really love competing. It's just been my nature through sports, all through high school, through college, everything. So every single time I go to these events, it's just, you know, I'm a kid in a candy store.
Well, I personally would like to thank Kingston HyperX, who makes it possible for me to come to these events and interview players like you. Are there any people that you'd like to thank or give shout-outs to before we sign off?
Oh, yeah, definitely. Thanks to all my sponsors, Intel, SteelSeries, Kingston HyperX, Six Pool Gaming, Intel Extreme Motherboards, Monster, and Bigfoot Network Cards. And I'd also like to thank everybody who likes me, because that pretty much covers everybody.
Thanks so much, Bryce. We'll talk to you again soon.
Thank you.